It's like my ice cream place was in The Irishman. I never even watched the movie.
That's cool.
I've never seen the movie, but the ice cream place is in there.
Have you seen that roller derby movie that had like Drew Barrymore in it? It was about like roller derby, and it had oh my gosh,
The only one I could think of is what is it called though?
It's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's got oh my gosh, the Elliot Page in it too.
Oh, I was gonna say Whip It. Yes.
Whip It, yeah. So and Goshen, you probably would have seen this if you drove through Birch Run at all. But there's this diner on Birch Run Road called the Comet, and on Garrow Road, and the diner scenes in that movie were filmed there.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff filmed in like the Northeast, like in our areas. I feel because like even like there was parts of season 2 of Severance that were filmed like by a hiking trail that's like 15 minutes from my house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like I was watching it and I was like, that rock looks so goddamn familiar because I took pictures and I was like looking at it. I was like, wait a minute, is this fucking Sam's Point? And I googled it and I was like, that's motherfucking Sam's Point. I've been there.
There was a crappy Hallmark Christmas movie that was filmed in Frankenmuth.
A crappy Hallmark Christmas movie?
We had a crappy Hallmark Christmas movie filmed in Goshen, New York. But there's a Goshen, New York. Fun fact.
Awesome.
Oh, is there?
It's called.
Yeah, it's spelled differently though.
It's named after me.
It's called A Christmas Movie Christmas. A Christmas Movie Christmas is what it's called, and we watch it every year because it was filmed in Frankenmuth. And when it debuted, I watched it with my mom and my sister, and my dad was there, and he was sitting kind of off to the side, like playing on his tablet or doing whatever. And he looks at me and goes, "Huh, that kind of looks like Frankenmuth." And we were all like, "Huh, American
Nobody
Dad."
tell him. Like nobody tell him.
Yeah.
All right, so
wait till he figures it out.
So Saturn, the way that we do this is basically it's a rewatch of the episode that we just put out, and so Harley hasn't visited these places. Pilk hasn't visited these places. So basically, it's me talking about like things that I couldn't really talk about in the videos or things like that. And since you're in these videos and since you're here as well, like this is your area, you get to chime in and say some things maybe about the place that we weren't able to do. Like I did a little bit of an interview with the owner, but I had to kind of play music over that, which kind of made me sad because he was playing regular music in the background and it would get hit with copyright stuff. But turns out we got hit with copyright stuff anyways, thanks to Harley here.
You can put stuff over my thing, okay? That's 100% on you guys, all right?
We could, yes, absolutely.
None of my shit ever gets flagged because I put stuff on top of it.
I know.
I'm just saying.
What Game Wednesday gets flagged every week?
What's that?
All right, well.
What Game Wednesday gets flagged every single week?
Yeah, but that's different. Somebody's
I've been really good about getting around all of the copyrights.
It wasn't last week though.
So what I did was I contacted TikTok, and you have to go through like the TikTok set. It's a pain in the literal ass. If you can do that, it slows it down entirely. Like it'll stop it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what TikTok has to do on their back end, what magical button they press, but it slows it down.
They're actually pushing out last week, like this last episode. They're pushing it out, and it's got almost 1,000 views.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
It's the most an episode has ever gotten.
Well, good.
Yeah, I love them.
So
they're my favorite.
So yeah, we're gonna watch this episode. Harley will chime in with her segments or little things maybe she wants to chime in for, or we just kind of just talk a lot of times when we're watching these.
I was here for the last one, but I was super sick and I was like half asleep.
Yeah, that I just don't know if you remembered or not.
I do.
All right, so
you were on NyQuil or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She's like Saturn remembers nothing of the last discussion. She's so out of it.
I remember the discussion, like I don't remember anything that was said.
We said some words were said. What words? Not sure.
I tried to say words.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play it. You guys can see it on Discord, right?
It would help if I hit watch stream.
It would, wouldn't it?
I could see it, but I didn't have like it fully open.
I actually didn't do that last time. The whole time.
That's fine. Like, I mean, you were out of it. What do you?
That was very. It was
What do you-
very out of.
I know you did not sound like. You sound so much better now.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna get
there I
Michael
am.
on one of these videos.
Absolutely.
Honestly, not like I don't want to call it the last one, but the last one of the first batch, like the first season is what we're calling. Probably I'll get him on there.
It's Christmas in July.
I don't know what Ronnie did with that transition. It just made the image look weird.
Yeah.
But he did something there. It doesn't help that it's not on HD too. That doesn't help. Okay. I love this place, Liz. I want to live in this place.
What?
Yeah, we go every year. We actually went twice last year. Once with you, and then once for Christmas.
I love Christmas. Like me and my youngest daughter, we love Christmas. And I was in heaven in this store. It is so
Yeah, we love
big.
it.
And I
That's
would
so
love to see
cool.
this in the wintertime. I don't know if
Yeah,
you're a
it
Christmas
is
person,
gorgeous
Harley.
in the winter.
Oh yeah, and Dogfest. That's what like this the weekend that we're gonna be in Atlanta and Dallas.
Yeah, Memorial Weekend. Yep, Memorial Weekend every year.
Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this town
so
is often festival.
random.
So
But
this
cool. Like not not a bad. Like this is amazing.
so this store, Harley, or this town I should say, is a Christmas town.
What?
Yeah, so when we went up there, we stayed in this town, and like it was just Christmas decorated all year round. It was so beautiful.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Actually, it's a German Bavarian town, actually.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah.
I
Oh,
call it
that's what I
Christmas
like.
town. I call it a Christmas
That's
town.
what
I
I'd
love
be.
it. No, it's both. It's both Christmas and German. It's known for German family-style chicken dinners.
Maria has pictures. She can send it to you, Harley,
Okay.
of like the town and stuff. But I mean, I have videos of the town I think in the next episode.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is that the name of her Christmas stuff? Yes, it is. I
Yes.
can spot that a mile away. It's my favorite movie of all time. I can spot that from like a mile away.
And we're looking at a place called Video Game
So-
Plus. You said this is a friend of yours? Or?
Really quick, this store has like a massive cornfield next to it. It was so huge. That like Maria was like, I need to take a picture holding the baby in front of this cornfield.
That's a good cheap box.
She's right next to me, so she's like chiming. She's gonna send that to you too.
Oh my
She's
God,
not
where's
watching.
that?
She's like behind the computer. Saturn and Liz
I
say
know.
hi. Well, no, it's just because Liz was waving.
Hey, that's me.
Huh? No,
That's
Pilk's not
me.
on today. Yes, it's Harley. By the way, we're missing Pilk today. He had things to do. I don't know. He broke his back or fell in the toilet. I don't know. He did
What?
something. Old man stuff. I don't know.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Okay, he broke a hip.
Don't say that.
Do you have Pokemon Snap in your 64?
Yes.
Oh man.
I love that.
I
I
switch
love
them
that game.
out. Yeah, I switch them out randomly, and I like to see how long it takes for somebody to figure out what game it is.
Well, and then you have
Uh,
Beetlejuice right there too, next to it.
Oh yeah, I got Beetlejuice over there too. Yeah, I got
I'm
a
gonna
bunch
s-
of random stuff.
I'm gonna start paying attention to your video segments more.
Oh,
and
I
see-
change stuff in the background all the time.
I know you do for some of them. Really quick though, we're gonna have to like block out that container of energy supplement that you have there.
Oh, because it's a one-piece chest. I know. That's the reason. That's the only reason why we have it is because it's a one-piece chest. And it's so cool looking. I was like, "There's no way I couldn't get." Well, actually, I didn't get that. That was a husband purchase. But
Yeah. So okay, I gotta ask here. Clock Tower, the clock tower that you have, you said it was a fake game.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's a real game though on the Super Nintendo.
yes, so Clock Tower was released in North America, but only on the PlayStation.
Right,
so
that I
it was
knew.
Never. Yeah. So this is a it will play on an SNES. It's a home ROM. It's a homebrew. That's what I believe the
Wasn't
term.
it
But no-
released on the Super Nintendo in
But
Japan?
that's what I'm saying.
It was, and it was also released in I think the PAL region on the Super Nintendo over there. I don't know what the fuck things are called. They're all called Super Shit World.
Limited Run. Limited Run remade it. I am actually playing it right now.
did. Yes, I was saying Limited Run.
I'm
And the
playing
thing
it
is,
right now.
the whole thing is, I never knew this thing was fake. I literally just typed in Clock Tower, like, and this is what came up. I typed in Clock Tower, and it was like PlayStation 1 or, SNES. And I had no idea at the time, because I knew nothing about video games. So I was like, I just want Clock Tower, because I was really into JonTron at the time. And here we are.
So a little bit on Clock Tower, like over here in the US, we got immensely confused on the numbering order because we got the first Clock Tower, like you said, for us was on the PS1. So like the Clock Tower that we called Clock Tower 1 was actually part 2, and then part 2 was part 3. It was almost as bad as the Final Fantasy fiasco. Almost.
Yeah.
That was worse. But yeah, I didn't know if that was the actual like Clock Tower, like the PAL version of it, but just reproduction copy of it.
It is just 100% a homebrew, and I had no idea. I had not a single clue until I started really getting into retro collecting, and I started becoming obsessed with opening up all my cartridges. And I went to open up this one, and the screws wouldn't come out, and I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, those are plastic screws. And then I started feeling the plastic, and I was like, oh, this is fucking fake plastic. The label is like it's very waxy, which you'll notice like other SNES labels, they're not as glossy. They'll have a gloss, but not as high of a gloss. And there's also, I think, there's no like Nintendo logo on the back either. So it's completely like homebrew.
Is this one of those cards that you can just pop open?
No, it's like legitimately a cart, but it's just there.
Okay, so
I can't even open it. I would not even try to open like it's almost, I don't even know how to say it, but like those screws are almost fused in there. So it's staying in there.
is it even a good homebrew version of the game?
Yeah.
Like, is it like
I had
close to
had
the
no idea it was
SNES
fake.
version?
Had
It's
no idea
legit.
it was fake.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
all
really good.
it is.
I have a friend who has one.
Yeah, quite literally, all it is just ported over, so it will work on the SNES.
So
and
it's probably the PAL version of it.
The actual board.
No, I'm saying like the ROM that they're using is probably the PAL version, because the PAL version's in English.
It could be.
Yeah.
Or they could have done like what they did with Mother 3 and fan translated it, like they did with Mother 3.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Made
that
the
I don't
ROMs
know. As far as the
Yeah.
ROM itself, that's far beyond me, and this was an eBay purchase many moons ago. All right.
Find this out until years later. When I first purchased Clock Tower, it was
It's true. I was actually really pissed about it though, and then I was like, okay, well, let's take a look at what the price of a real copy of Clock Tower is, and it was like over $100. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Homebrew it is. We're staying with this, but it's a funny story, so that's why I love my little fake Clock Tower. But I also have a couple of fake copies of Leaf Green, and like you'll see the different colors of the labels. You'll see how it's like that one's like incredibly blue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've run into a lot of reproduction Pokemon games, and like
they're the worst.
Especially like if you go to like a pawn store, man, they're flooded in there.
And they don't know how to identify them too. And the Pokemon ones have gotten really good at looking authentic, which is really important. Why you need to have like the screw sets to be able to open up the games and take a look and stuff, and know what a fake card is, because it's a pain. Conker's Bad Fur Day is also another one that is incredibly like reproductive, mass reproduced or whatever. So if you're buying on like eBay, definitely make sure you have the right gear to open up that cart when you get it, because those will be fake too.
The guy at this store, he does a really good job of identifying the ones that are reproductions and the ones that are not.
Yeah.
And he makes sure he lets you know like which Pokemon games especially are real and authentic and which ones are reproductions.
Yeah, and I don't want people to think that like doing this episode and putting a lot of emphasis on the reproductions, that like I'm like putting anything like any bad name on the store because he does a very good job at that. Like he
Oh yeah.
everything that was in there, if it was reproduction, it said it, and if it was original, it
Yep.
said it. Like it was, he had everything meticulously labeled and organized, and it was very, very impressive walking into that store. So I
Yes.
just like I want people to know that that's, you know, this is kind of a hot topic for people, for collectors and stuff. But for the most part, I don't see anything wrong with it as long as you have it labeled properly and you're not charging like retail prices for it.
Same. I
Which
feel
he
the same
doesn't
way.
for the reproductions.
Right. I think the
Reproductions
most
can be a great way for collector, for somebody who can't afford a
Yeah.
$400 copy of Earthbound to play Earthbound.
Yeah, and I think the
You know?
most he
I
had them
agree.
for was like for $25 or something like that. It wasn't
Yeah.
I
it wasn't that
agree.
bad.
It's also like, some people want to play things in the most authentic way possible. Like they want to be able to put that cart in there and all of that kind of thing. But, not everyone has $800 lying around to buy that copy of, like, I don't even know what's little Samson go for nowadays.
2000.
Grand.
So Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so
Yeah, so in
you see my point why a $25 reproduction cart may be appealing to some people who want to have that close to realistic
Spoilers.
experience.
Spoilers
Spoilers,
for future episode coming up. We actually, I think it's 2 episodes. We run into multiple stores that have Little Samson. And apparently we found out it's not really that rare of a game.
Not rare at all.
Well,
It's
here's
just
the thing,
overpriced.
like I constantly drive home about retro game collecting is like you can have something that's valuable. It does not mean that it is rare. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't understand where the value comes from for that game if it's not a rare title. That for me, I don't understand.
That is something I will look into, actually.
Yeah, when we get to that episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note on it because I'm actually curious myself.
Because honestly, we go into this store. Spoilers again. We go into this store, and we're talking to this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I had 3 Little Samsons in this store at one time." And we're like, "Dude," and he's like, "Yeah, and I've had 1 Kuon." And it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. That like the Kuon we know is is the most expensive PS2 game. That's not like a special edition or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so that makes sense because it is a very rare game. It's a very hard to find game.
Right.
Among other things, like we mentioned in a prior video from Harley, because it's a FromSoft game and it has a lot of history with Dark Souls and all that. So there's reasoning behind the value for a game like that. But for a game like Little Samson, I have no idea why that's so expensive. None whatsoever.
The other one that gets me is Earthbound. I see Earthbound everywhere, and it is $400.
Well, but see, I haven't really seen that many Earthbounds, to be honest.
They're oversaturated up here. I mean, I see them everywhere.
Pokemon games are notorious for whatever reason for being.
Pokemon games are expensive as hell,
Pokemon,
and you can find
Oh, they
Pokemon games
are.
everywhere.
Yeah, I don't understand why Pokemon games are so expensive.
Like it plays
I bought a
perfectly.
copy of Black,
It's
Pokemon
just
Black,
something with it, so whatever.
in March, and
How did I
it
not
was
notice, though?
90% of my purchase.
How much?
Google it. Google games.
100.
guys. Google games before you buy them.
I mean, that's a lot. It's not. I've seen higher. So I just recorded an episode. It's not going to air for a while. I just recorded an episode. He had a complete sealed copy. I think it was Pokemon. He was Fire Red or Leaf Green. I forget which one. $1,400.
I don't care. I just want to play the game.
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
have
I
authentics
will
of
not
everything
spend
truly,
$1,400 on a
but
Pokemon game. I'm sorry, it's not
in this
happening.
economy. Should game companies
Yeah.
re-release these games? Absolutely. Will they? No, we already know that. They're not going to. It's going to cost.
Yeah,
It's true, they aren't gonna release. That's the other thing too, is they're never gonna re-release these games. So you have a choice. You either pay the
Well,
$1,800 for the stupid game, or I can pay $25 for the damn emulation thing. So I
well, I
understand
mean,
why
they
people do it.
have been re-releasing games digitally. I mean, it's
Some of them.
physically is a whole nother story.
Yeah, well, I'm talking even some of these games aren't even re-released digitally. Like if you wanted to play Guardians Crusade for the PlayStation 1, you're stuck on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
That's a game that's never gonna be ported over to the PlayStation 5 because it didn't sell well. No one really gives a shit about it except for me.
Well, and that's the thing. I think it just depends on the popularity of the game and the demand behind it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
You know,
yeah.
Like there's tons of people who want a Legend Dragoon
check whether or not the
remaster
vehicle
or a
will
remake.
affect
Yes.
or not.
It's
Let
not
us
happening.
know if you have any
So I mean,
repercussions.
and that's an
Good plan,
immensely
one
popular
directions.
game, but I don't know, they
They
just
were
don't
on
find
purpose.
that it would be
Well, actually,
profitable
none of
for
I've
them.
never bought a repo
So it's
intentionally.
stuck.
I
Also,
wouldn't buy
you
a
were saying
repo.
repo, right?
I've just never
Not
purchased
repro?
one intentionally. So I do
That's a
have
great question. I have no
reproduction,
idea.
but not
I think she
like
was saying repo.
Yeah, I think the whole video you were saying
Repo?
repo.
Repo?
for years.
I don't know.
I
I just blur. I just need to get the words out. I disassociate when I film, so that's a great question. I'm not even kidding to you. I disassociate when I film. I have a script, and I'm just like, that sounded good. I said
Super Famicom. So there's that.
repo,
And now a quick word from
repro.
our sponsor,
So-
Root. A few months ago,
Pro.
Root.
I had
Okay, so
I
word from our sponsor, Root. Harley, I think you're doing the next one and the next video.
Sounds about right.
So Root is our sponsor for Gaming Across America. They sent me 3 products, which is Restore, Give Me Back My Youth, and Crush. And it's recommended to take all 3 of them for like if you're doing workouts and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead because this is a long ad. I mixed them all into a smoothie. It helps for post workouts. And in my case, because I broke my leg, it will help,
So thank you guys for
you know,
watching and
with the
let's get back to
restoration
video.
process of that. So that's what they sent me, and it's actually not that bad. Not if you mix it in with like a smoothie.
This one? Oh, Romance and Saga? Yeah, but you should have that.
So my wife surprised me here. She remembered that I had that game in my collection, Romancing Saga. And
yeah.
I'm surprised that she remembered that because that was many, many years ago. I actually never got around to playing the game. I ended up selling it before I got to play it. So maybe I'll take a stab at picking that up brand new. He had a lot of new games there.
There's a game, that game right there in the back.
Where?
The Easter Bunny's Big Day. I should have gotten that game when I was there
Why?
So what made you open up a store like this?
because it's
Well, it's like a
ridiculous.
good game.
Because it is ridiculous.
She gets it. I was looking at that game and I was like, that looks stupid. I need it.
Yeah, it's Easter Bunny's Big Day. Come on.
Right? Oh my god, yes! I love it. I love it.
It's the quintessential PS1 game.
So you want to tell us a little bit about the history of this store? Because there is some history with this store.
Yeah. You mean my history with the store?
Well,
Or-
yours or the owner with the store.
Well, I've been going to that store since 2011, since my son, around the time my son was born, actually. I might have even been pregnant with him the first time I went there, and I know the owner's name, and I can never remember it. I can't. Oh, I think I just remembered it. I don't know. But yeah, I've been going to his store since 2011, and he recognizes me every time I go in there. This was the store that turned me into a video game collector, actually. This is where I bought my copy of Earthbound. And this is where, after I went through some bad stuff, where I went and got a complete in box copy of, or a complete in box Nintendo Entertainment System, like fully complete in box. And I spent like entire weeks worth of pay there. Like,
I mean, it sounds about
so I've
right.
been going to him. Yeah, I've been
Sounds
going to
fair.
him for a long time.
That's an image of his counter.
And my husband was his FedEx delivery driver there too, for a while.
Yeah, for a
Well.
number of people that we visited.
Yeah. Yep.
So the owner of this was an employee before, right? And then he ended up taking over.
Yeah, and then he ended up taking over. But that was before even I started going there. He was already the owner.
Okay. But then
Back when I started
when we
going.
were there, he was talking about that he wanted to sell the place himself, like he's ready to retire.
Yeah, I would love to buy it.
Buy it. Buy
That's
it,
like my
Saturn.
dream.
Buy it. Go for it.
I really should. I would love it.
I mean, does he get enough business there?
Oh yeah.
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 I mean, you guys have such a massive retro gaming community over there. I mean, that's so many stores. So many.
I know. And there's so many direct competition collectors with
Yeah.
me. One even tried to snipe one of my purchases.
Really? That's messed up.
Yeah, I was really upset.
That's not cool.
Then he was like, "Oh, I was just joking."
So it's the game
I'm like, "Sure you were."
talk about. Absolutely. This is one of those really cool video game accessories that I just love
Game
to talk
Genies
about
for
because it
me
has such a
was
really
like
interesting history.
my gateway
See, in the early
into
90s,
like
there wasn't
not
really
cheating,
cheat
but
codes for video games. I mean,
messing
there
with
were
things like
some,
Game
but
Sharks
they
and
were
stuff
used
later
by
on.
developers and
That
not
Game
really
Sharks,
for commercial use.
I always use this as an example.
The video game
Final
that
Fantasy
they tell
Tactics.
people
If you ever
was the
use a Game Shark for
Genie,
Final
and
Fantasy
this basically
Tactics,
allowed
you can
users to alter codes
change the
to create new
coding
additional
to
lines,
use
jump
whatever
ahead. Basically,
NPC
it
you
would
want in your
enhance
party.
your game.
And
The
what's
developed by
interesting
Code
is that
Action was
in the
released by
actual
Gloop,
code,
and it was originally released
every
in
NPC has their own
1995
class
on
of
NES,
character.
although there are other iterations for the
And we
SNES,
never knew that
the Sega
until like we started
Genesis,
messing with the codes. Me and my
the
cousin, not Ronnie,
Game Gear,
his
and the Game
stepbrother.
Boy Color. I think I got them all.
So we were
Basically,
messing
the
with the
Game
coding
Genie
one
is
day,
cheat
and we
codes
just like
before there are
saw
cheat
all of a sudden
codes.
got random
Well, the
merchant,
story of the Game
and
Genie is
they
that
had their
really
own class available. We're like, this is
the
really
person who
cool that
developed
the
Game
game
Genie
or
was
that
really
Square
interested
actually
in
went
creating games for
into
Nintendo.
depth
In
and
fact,
gave
they
every
never
NPC
represented
their own class of
Nintendo
character.
at
You
the
don't really like
Electronics
see stuff like
Exchange,
that.
and basically Nintendo
And
reps gave them the
honestly,
cold
that's
shoulder. And
that
it
goes
was
into stuff
because
like
of that they
when people
basically
start
took a
data
Nintendo
mining
system,
games and they find
reverse
all these
engineered
little
it,
things that
and
are in
the
the
Game
games.
Genie was
You know, like
born. Basically, the Game
like
Genie
in
works
Super
by
Mario
having
64,
this device
where
attached to your cartridge.
the L is
So you
real
have this,
thing and
you
all that
know,
stuff, that the little Easter eggs
transmitter
that they
that
put in
will
there
alter the
that people
ROM
find
of your
because they start
cartridge. That little
messing
device
with
will
the
then
coding
attach
in the
to your
game.
video game
I think a
console,
lot of
and
that
will
just like
allow
came
you
from
to
the
create
Game
new
Genie when we just
content, or
started
basically
experimenting with things in the
modding.
Game
Some
Genies.
people would call us modding or cheat codes.
My
Which
absolute
is
favorite
fun. Now, can you get sad angry about
data
that?
mining
If your
is
guess
the
doesn't
Ocarina of
include
Time, the
that
unicorn fountain.
statement, 2 months
The what?
before the Game Genie was
The
about to
unicorn
release,
fountain that
Nintendo
almost
smacked
made it
Game
into
with a
Ocarina
Oh
of
yeah,
Time.
yeah.
basically
The
saying
the
that
the
this
remnants
was
of
a
the prior
derivative
build.
work and was
Yep.
stealing from Nintendo.
Yeah,
This was
it's things
My
like that
favorite.
too that get
Revenge
locked behind
basically
coding.
is, well, think about
And
like
I
Andy
think
Warhol's,
honestly,
like,
if we didn't
suit.
have stuff
How you
like
can
Game
tell
Genie,
that that's Campbell's
we
suit.
wouldn't,
It's
as like
sculpting.
gamers,
Yeah, that's
we
derivative.
wouldn't
It's derived from that.
be doing
So
stuff
they're
like that and
saying
finding little
basically you're
secrets
stealing
that
content,
weren't meant to be
and
seen, so to
we
speak.
don't like that.
Yeah.
And well,
And also, I didn't
Nintendo was
know
kind of
like
ready for
all
this,
this
which
history
is
that
one of the reasons they didn't market it
that
as
you
a
found,
video
Harley.
game.
I
They
didn't know
marketed
about
it
all
as
this
a
for the
video
Game
game
Genie.
enhancer.
Oh, it's actually like really funny too, because like, you know, they went to Nintendo and they're like, hey, we're gonna create this first party thing, like for cheat codes and stuff. Nintendo, being the jerks they are, they're like, no, in fact, we're gonna sue you instead. And then Nintendo ended up having to pay them, which is great. Because anytime Nintendo loses, I have a good time.
I mean, Nintendo likes to threaten those lawsuits.
It's because they always they just put their foot in their mouth. It's like, just shut up, Nintendo, for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just for 5 minutes. Like,
I've never seen a game company who hates their fans so much.
thank
It's like-
you.
No.
And this is coming from somebody who adores Nintendo.
I'm a huge Nintendo fan. Nintendo is my absolute favorite.
I think that's
But you
what
suck.
it is though. Like we love Nintendo games, but we hate the company because they hate us.
Yeah.
Like they're not.
They
they're-
do. True.
Just look at everything that they've
Yeah.
done with the 3DS and the DS stores. Like all those games are lost.
Yep.
Yep.
The same thing's gonna happen with the Nintendo Switch.
I know. Eventually.
I'm not ready to talk about that.
Except it was kind of interesting how they did it. It was a paid subscription service, and
The whole Switch 2 launch is a whole other debacle.
all new cheat codes.
Yeah.
So
But that's
Ah.
every Nintendo launch. I feel like that's every Nintendo launch. There's always something, because the same thing happened when the Switch went off. Not the money thing, but just like there's always some kind of.
They should
Issue.
have called it the Super Nintendo Switch.
I would have been okay with that, actually.
Because the calling it the
That would
Switch
have been really.
2
Yeah.
is confusing, and the box looks the
Yes.
same and all that.
Yes.
It's very confusing.
They're making the same mistake as they did with the Wii U.
Yes, and they're making the same mistake that Xbox did with Xbox
Xbox One.
One. Yeah.
Xbox Series SW. What is the new
Yeah.
games? I don't even know. I'm
Like,
not even sure.
You would think they would learn from prior mistakes. Like for
Right.
example, like Sony learned from the mistake they made with the PS3. They learned. Not saying that
But
the
they also-
PS5 was the best of launches, but I mean,
Not saying that, you know, Sony's a great company, you know, or makes the best choices, perfect choices either. But
At least their
you know,
naming is consistent. Their naming of
Yes.
consoles
Yeah.
is consistent.
you don't ever
One,
have
two,
to like
three,
think.
four.
You're like, hold on. What year was it? Then you can kind of make an estimate what system you played it on.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I don't know how the Switch 2. I think the Switch 2 being backwards compatible is going to be very helpful for the sales, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's not fully backwards compatible though. That's
But, yeah, I was gonna
part of the
say it's
problem.
not. The
not
game
fully
card
backwards
things
compatible.
are gonna screw it over too.
Oh yeah, the key card. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the key cards. As a
Yeah,
physical
that's
media
gonna-
enthusiast,
Yup. Yeah,
it breaks my heart.
Yep. There's a lot. Like I said.
I'm
There's a lot.
curious. When did we stop doing like Game Sharks and stuff like that? Was that like PS2 era?
Well, here's the thing with like PS2 is like there were like Game Sharks for the PS2. And I know this specifically because I have some Game Sharks for the PS2, but I also have this disc for Kingdom Hearts 2, which is like the ultimate cheat code thing. And it's a literal disc where you can just bump up all your stats completely. And the only reason I bought this disc was because I wanted to beat Sephiroth. That was it. And I was like, I don't feel like leveling up my character. I don't. That sounds like a lot of work. I'm just gonna cheat my way here. I wanted to see the cutscene. And this was before YouTube, where everything was like a click away. You had to actually search for stuff. So cheat code it was.
I have to give a shout out to that game. That game is so good. Eternights. It's not a long game, but it is so good. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, another game that's been beaten to death.
Well,
by,
but that's not necessarily a bad thing, though.
That's well, you know, it's the it's a whole other. We're not diving into that today.
We had this discussion on TikTok with Last of Us.
I'm not getting into it. I'm too tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
You're tired of this, Grandpa?
Yeah.
You
There we go. Yeah.
So I got excited for a minute because Maria had said, "Oh, there's Resident Evil on the Game Boy." I thought it was Resident Evil Gaiden. No, it's the So these are demakes that people did, and then they put them onto the Game Boy. They play okay.
Man, Game Gear games are so cheap.
I thought
That's the system I gotta be buying for.
That's the one you got to collect.
That's the one I gotta collect is a Game Gear. Damn. $1.99? Hell yeah.
Yeah, but
That's where it's at.
the Game Gear is such a it's such a rough console to play. Like those 6 AA batteries. Oh my god.
Well, here's when I play the Game Gear. I just use the cord and I have it hard. I'm sitting when I'm playing it anyway. Might as well sit on the couch next to an outlet.
He had so many Game Boy games. Oh my god, I wanted to buy so many things. But you can see they're expensive.
Mm.
Yeah.
These Final Fantasy games, which are not Final Fantasy games, I wanted to buy them because I used to have them. And then we passed by the Pokemon games too that we were talking about. The the reproduction ones. Game Boy Color. I need to buy a Game Boy Color. That reminds me. I just have a
I
regular
bought a
Game Boy.
2DS from him.
A 2DS?
I bought
my
a
Game Boy Color.
Yeah, it was a Mario Maker 2DS specifically. He had it in a bundle with something, and it was a really good price, so I bought it. I use it all the time.
I think this guy had so many things packed into each case. It was so much. Like, there's no way to see everything that he had.
Despicable Me on the PlayStation 2. Damn, that movie series is old.
Stop. Stop.
Never for nothing.
What?
Wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're on like what? Despicable Me 92? I don't know.
So did you play
I think it's like what, maybe 4 or 5? I have no idea.
That wasn't a Star Fox
Stubbs
game?
the Zombie is a great game.
Oh, can I talk about Starlink for a second? Just like, we haven't had a Star Fox game since how long? Like a proper Star Fox game?
2016.
2016?
2016.
What about
2015.
F-Zero?
No, 2016.
You want
Okay.
to talk about a game that a franchise that they don't touch ever? Talk
No,
about
but I think
F-Zero.
the last time that is what Star Fox game was in 2016 or 20?
The
Yeah,
Wii U game, right?
Yeah.
there was a Wii U Star Fox game.
Yeah, and it used the gamepad to like control the. I have it. To like
I
control
didn't know there was one on Wii U.
the plane. Yeah, a lot of people complained about the controls. Because you have to use the Wii U gamepad.
I stopped playing after the GameCube era.
Oh, Star Fox Zero. Okay, I remember that one.
Yeah. The two
Yeah,
GameCube games were actually really good.
I don't think I even play. I own it. I might
You-
even have a complete like brand new one.
You
That
liked
was not even
Adventure?
open.
Yeah, Adventures and Assault.
Well, no, I know Assault, but I'm
And
saying like you actually liked Star Fox Adventure.
yeah, it's a neat little game for what it is.
I mean, it's not a Star Fox game.
It's better than some of the other things they've come
No,
out
no,
with
no.
for the
I'm saying
series.
it's legitimately not a Star Fox game.
Eh,
You
yeah,
know-
I know, I know.
Yeah,
I know the story behind it. It's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
Star
That's what I'm
Fox
saying. Like
game, but
it's
it's
a
got
different
Star Fox in it.
it's a different game,
Close
but
enough.
they put Star Fox characters over it, and then they added a couple R-wing sections. No, Star Fox Assault was awesome though. I love that game. That game was
Star Fox
amazing.
Assault is great. 64 is always going to be my favorite,
I
but
mean,
I was gonna say, I
64
have
is
64.
fantastic. I need a remake of 64. Even it was 64 a remake of the original one?
it was a remake of the unreleased sequel, and
Oh,
they
is that
did
what it was?
remake Star Fox 64. It was the DS game, Star
Yeah.
Fox.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
But I want
yeah.
like I want a console remake of it. The DS version was weird to play.
Yeah,
Or maybe I'm thinking about the what is it?
it was 3DS version.
There was a Star Fox on the DS that was weird, where you had to use the stylus for it. And that was,
Yeah, the Star Fox. No, I can't remember the name of it.
but you know which one I'm talking about. That's the one that was
Yeah.
weird. But like
Yeah.
I want a
Command.
console remake of Star Fox 64.
Yeah, Command.
Yeah.
Star Fox,
Command, yes.
The unreleased. Well, it's not unreleased anymore because Nintendo has put it out there. The unreleased sequel to the first game is what ended up becoming Star Fox 64.
Okay, that's what it was.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yep, with the branching pathways and everything.
Starlink. If you bought Starlink on, do I have the R-wing around here? I think I have it in the other room. So there was a collector's bundle that came with Starlink if you bought it on the Switch, and it came with an R-wing, and that was like you could use the R-wing, like kind of like the amiibos, and it would add upgrades to Fox's R-wing in the game. And so if you played this on the Switch, it became a Star Fox game. And like they had all the characters in there, and like Fox got stranded on the planet with everybody else, and he was separated from his team. And it was like it was his own story that was integrated into it. And it was actually really good. I'm surprised like it didn't get more from that, but it was a very, very good game to play, very well built, and a surprise from Ubisoft, especially for me. Excuse me.
It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
But I miss Star Fox. I'm surprised we didn't get a Switch game besides Starlink.
Yeah, because like if you play it on the Switch,
Yeah.
it's a Star Fox game.
They don't really love that series anymore.
I
Any
know.
other console, it's just a
Nintendo,
regular
stop
Star Fox.
hating.
Yeah.
How about that? Did you play Shredder's Revenge?
You need to play that. Did you play it yet?
I haven't played it yet. No.
Oh man, go play Shredder's Revenge with I don't want to say your son's name on here. Go play it with your son.
Gamer Kid.
Gamer Kid.
action role-playing game that was developed by Obsidian
But yeah,
Games
go
and
play it with
published
him.
by Private Division. It takes
Oh,
place in an
I'm seeing your
alternate
Lord of the Rings
future,
extended
and it has you
editions.
play in a first-person
Oh yeah, those
perspective.
are my
The
husband's.
gameplay is a
Oh, they're not
combination
yours? Okay.
between combat,
No,
stealth,
actually, a
and
requirement before we
operating
started dating
styles,
was that I
which
watched it.
depend on how you want to play the game.
The extended
It was
ones
very
too.
inspired by TV
And-
Because according to him, he would not be associated with someone who would not watch Lord of the Rings.
He also loved to use bold and striking
Oh,
shots
that's
and were
awesome.
heavily inspired by the
Well,
I
don't
think-
let my husband hear you say that because I haven't seen them yet, and he
I
keeps wanting
think-
me to watch them with him.
They're good though. Like as
I
much
just
as I
don't
like
have that
to-
much time on my
No,
hands.
I get it. It's three people. It's like walking to a volcano. I get it. I understand. It's a lot of walking.
Okay, Randall.
Clerks too.
Okay,
yeah.
Randall.
I read the books, so that has to count for something.
That counts. I'll allow it.
Yeah, that counts. Okay,
Not-
then
Not
that
my
means
husband,
that
it doesn't.
that means that me, Liz's husband, and Harley's husband, we all need to get together and just nerd out.
Yeah, so this year when we celebrated New Year's, instead of watching the ball drop, we actually had Lord of the Rings playing, and as the tower came down is when it hit midnight.
As the
Just to
tower
let
came
you-
down. Two towers? What do you mean
Yeah,
tower came down?
two towers. Two
Okay.
towers. One of the towers came. He timed it out and
That's so-
everything. He was real
that's so
excited
fake.
about that. Yeah, he's like, yeah, midnight, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, don't care.
Wow.
No, I mean, I care. Like, oh yeah, what are we watching when it's midnight? That's what I want to know. Like,
I
I don't
watch
care what it
movies
is.
in the same way I play video games, where I just tend to revisit the same ones over and over again.
I see that.
Yeah, I do that too. Like
I'm like that,
Yeah.
but with TV shows.
I've
Super
been on
nostalgic.
a Star Wars binge right now because Episode 3 re-released in the theaters.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, you
Oh,
know
because
that?
it's May the 4th. That's right. I
No,
didn't
it was
even-
the 20th anniversary of Episode 3.
Oh, I had no idea.
So they re-released it in the theaters, and I took my youngest daughter to see it. It was her first time watching it.
I remember seeing that in the theaters when it first came out.
No, I was telling her about all of my
I was in
experiences.
middle school. I'm pretty
my
sure it was in middle
cousin-
school.
My cousin looks almost identical to Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved him in the third movie because he was like a little emo-y in there, and I was like,
Yeah, he looks so much like him.
well, so you
And
know
his
what?
favorite movie series is Star Wars.
Well, there you go.
And this also reviewed very well too, so that's like a positive thing.
So,
Just good thought.
since we were just talking over this whole thing, but it was kind of related because it was in space, I guess. Outer Worlds. Outer
Oh
Worlds.
my gosh, yes.
Oh yeah, Outer Worlds.
Saturn, I know you haven't played it. Well, at this when we recorded this video, have you had a chance to play it or not yet?
I have not. And that is one that is on my list. I have to buy it. It's on my list to buy.
So I know
It's one
I
I'm
told
super
you
interested in.
I know I told you get it on PC like when we were over there, just because that is the best way to play it. Just like a lot of Bethesda games, unfortunately, the best way to play is on PC.
Eh,
Um,
yeah.
But it runs exceptionally well on PS4 and PS5. So
Okay.
yeah, you'll probably
I
get it
would
for
probably
pretty
get it on
cheap there.
PS5.
Yeah, you could probably get it for pretty cheap, physically these days.
Yeah, we're talking for what? PS4. They don't have a PS5.
No, there's no
physical.
PS5 version of it. I think they have a
Um,
PS5 upgrade. I think.
Yeah, probably if you like, but I don't know if it's like backwards, like because you know how PlayStation is with that. But it's like if you want a complete in box one, it's like $10.
Yeah, it's
Used,
relatively cheap, and
unless
then
you wanna
then
buy-
you get the DLC for it on top of it. The DLC is actually good for the game, so that's one of the only times where I like say, okay, you don't get the DLC because I'm not big on DLC. I hate DLC for the most part because it's intangible. You know, like I don't have unless it's like a complete edition of a game or something like that. But this game didn't have that, so you have to get the DLC for it. But it's good DLC. It adds a lot of gameplay to it, so it's actually worth it. But Outer Worlds, I love this game so much because it's spiritual successor to New Vegas because made by the same team, and God, the humor in it is so good. It is so good. Harley, did you finish Outer Worlds?
No, I didn't finish it. No, I only played like the beginning. I'm so bad at like like any kind of game like that. Like same thing with Fallout 4. I got to the part where like you finally get like meet your son, and I shot him in the face.
Nice. Good job.
Well, you know, the thing was, you put me through all of this trouble. Who the hell are you? Gun to the face. So, yeah.
Okay.
I,
Well, learning a little bit about you today.
there's a reason I'm not a mother.
I don't think we should say that.
I'm just kidding. No. I honestly no. I was actually the first time I did Fine Shot. I did actually shoot him in the face, and then I realized who he was, and I had to like quit the game and reload. And I was like, I'm really sorry I shot you in the face.
Yeah, because you just cut out an entire storyline for yourself.
I did. So that's why I was like, well, better go back and fix that. And yeah. I played after that, but not much.
Outer Worlds does something that Fallout games don't do. You can actually finish Outer Worlds in like I think it was like 15 minutes, and get one of the endings for it. And it's like the dumbest ending ever.
So is it like a Far Cry ending where you don't have to do anything and it just happens?
No. You have to do stuff to get that ending, but it's entirely feasible to get it within like the first 15 minutes of the game.
Nice.
And then there's like,
I love that. That makes me want to play it though. Like any kind of game where it has something stupid like that. And that's why I played the Far Cry series. Someone's like, yeah, you can beat the game just by like starting it up.
You can make your character be completely dumb in this game.
I love that.
And you'll get like a dumb ending just because your character's too stupid to do really anything. And that's one of the things I love about this game. Like the humor that's in it, it doesn't take itself too seriously most of the time. You know, like you had mentioned, like it makes fun of capitalism and all that stuff, because that's all this game is like capitalism in your face. Like this is, you know, what the world has come to.
It's very like sarcastic-y kind of a, I don't know how to, dry sense of humor.
Yeah, it reminded me of Idiocracy.
Yes.
But in space.
It's very got that Mike Judge type of humor.
Saturn, have you seen Idiocracy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the documentary.
Yeah.
The documentary of what we're becoming.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. You're not wrong.
Gatorade. It's got what plants crave.
No, it's what plants
got
crave.
electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes. What are electrolytes? I don't know.
Half the nation's already wearing Crocs anyway. Might as well just dive right in.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Yeah, except no, maybe it is Costco. Maybe Costco will be the actual one that takes over. Nobody likes Target anymore. So.
Oh my god. This is gonna take a dark turn.
Anyway, back to video games.
I'm gonna go to Starbucks later.
Oh my god, no, stop. What shit? Let's get McDonald's too already. Let's just hit all three.
Maria hasn't seen the movie. She's looking at me confused. Like, Starbucks?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's like, I want to go to Starbucks. Not the Starbucks I'm talking about, honey.
But there's no confirmation. But there is a lot of theories online. I read a ton of them.
You should watch the movie. I think you've seen parts of it.
It's a little rough on the Switch.
Okay. I've had the issue of a few games.
So I noticed that he had a lot of like brand new Switch games. Do you know if he gets those games in as a retailer, or if it's the trade-ins?
He gets them in as a retailer, I believe.
Okay.
He does both.
He does both?
Yep.
Oh, he has a Metroid Prime trilogy.
They need to finish releasing the rest of the Metroid Prime games.
That's nice.
They need it. I need
Yes,
it.
they do.
I need it.
I need that Pokemon Battle Revolution game.
I was looking at that. I was like, that's like something I'd probably grab.
$50, not too bad either.
This
I mean,
was thinking too. I'm
that's
like,
standard.
That's not terrible.
Now we're getting to something that I'm excited about.
What's that? The Zelda?
That right there. I have one of those. He had two of them. I bought one.
You're like, little kid. I got one.
I got one. Yeah, I have a Japanese complete in box copy of Ocarina of Time.
I got so excited for this Pokemon box that he has.
I've never seen.
Or Pokemon Channel. I'm sorry, not Pokemon
Channel.
box.
How much was
Pokemon
Pokemon Channel?
That's what I need.
That's probably a lot, right?
$65.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Thought it was gonna be more than that.
Yeah.
The thing is,
That's
Pokemon
one
Box,
where-
I think, is the really expensive one.
Pokemon Box is the really expensive one, but Pokemon Channel, I thought that was also. I mean, 60 is still not cheap,
All
but
of
it's
the
also
Pokemon
not
games on the
insane.
GameCube are expensive.
Yeah.
I have Shadow. I have Coliseum and
I also have
Gale of
Coliseum.
Darkness.
So
I have Gale of
I
Darkness.
I want this.
Don't have Gale of Darkness.
I want this so bad.
Super jealous of that.
The only thing, like, for me, I would try to find the original gold controllers, because those are not reproductions, third-party controllers.
If that was original.
$30 for Resident Evil 2?
No, but that's reprint.
Oh, it's reprint. Oh, I
Yeah.
see it over top.
I should
The
have.
glare on the.
I should have
the
asked
light.
you to do a segment on that specific version of the game.
They had to compress
Maybe
the
next
game
time.
Crazy to make
Maybe
it fit onto the N64.
Oh, so this is all the Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Repro.
shit! I'd like that Pokemon Silver on the N64. I'd
Yeah.
actually buy something like that. Pokemon Silver is my favorite of the Pokemon game. Actually, Soul Silver
Mine-
is because they, you know.
Mine too.
I didn't know.
It's
I didn't
the
notice
best
that he had
one!
Fire Red on
It's
there.
so good. What?
I didn't notice that he had Fire Red on the 64 there.
Oh yeah.
So he keeps all the repos in one spot, though, right?
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, good
Kinda.
man.
He also keeps some of them with their like console, like
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah,
but
right here
they
you
are
can see it.
very. Like I said, they're very clearly labeled as reproductions.
Some people can't read, though.
Yeah, true.
When I went to Indiana, and I went to a bunch of game stores, they had fake copies of Pokemon games out, and they were selling them at real Pokemon game prices. Yeah, and I was pointing them out. You know, like, hey, these are fake. Like,
Yeah, you don't wanna
Pokemon
see
Gold
me
is the
coming.
complete. Pokemon Gold was the complete wrong color. It was like dark yellow.
It
That's
was
not
bronze.
gold.
It was
Like, that's
Pokemon Bronze.
Yeah.
Pokemon Bronze. Yeah, that's
It's so
not
crazy though,
legit.
because you can literally post a picture of your cart on like Reddit, and someone can authenticate your cart within like 5 seconds because they're just that good at it.
Yeah.
As
Yep.
opposed to me, where I'm like putting it under a like telescope, and I'm like, I don't know, it might be fake, could be real. I'm not even sure myself.
I'm pretty good at identifying fake Pokemon games because I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Not fake ones. I have a lot of the real ones.
Yes.
I have the real Pokemon Emerald. Like I have a Pokemon Emerald from when I was a kid, and I can tell. That's one of the most faked ones out there because of how expensive it is.
Yeah, I have like two of Leaf Green. I think a red one that's also fake. That just kind of got into my collection because of like lots and stuff like that I bought off of people. And I only know that they're fake because I have the real versions of them, and I opened them up and compared the two, and I was like, oh, these look nothing alike.
So Saturn, we mentioned this before. You're doing a entire English release of Super Nintendo games.
Yes, but that's what I'm going for.
Have you made any headway?
I am not quite up to 100 games yet.
How many
And they're
games
only-
are there in the set?
724.
All
so
right.
I'm
Well,
close. Pretty close.
Do you like have like an online like website or like app or something that you use to like track your game collection?
Yes.
Okay.
I use Game Eye, but I also have like there's an online like Super Nintendo checklist.
Gotcha.
that's cool.
Yeah, so I've been using that. I have a lot of the more expensive ones. I am missing like 3 of the most expensive ones. So like Hagane and Arrow Fighters are the 2 most expensive games, and I'm
You're
missing
just going
those.
for carts though, right? You're not going for like complete in box, are you?
Oh, just whatever I can find. Yeah. Just,
Yeah. Okay. I don't blame you there.
Like I have some complete, but I'm not going for a complete in box because I
right,
couldn't even
like
afford.
it's like,
Like,
if
could
you
you
can get
imagine
it, it's nice.
if I Earthbound complete in box? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no.
Like
No.
I think for
No.
me, when it comes to stuff like that, like it depends on the game. Like there's some games that I personally need to have it complete in box versus others I could just have
Oh
like
yeah.
a card
I'm
of
just
it,
looking
right?
for the opportunity.
I'm not gonna
most
have
disc
Tetris complete in
games-
box. I don't care enough about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say most like cart games. I don't care if it's complete in box. I don't think any cart-based game I actually have complete in box. It's all just carts. But like disc-based games, I hate like disc only. I have
Oh,
some.
I won't get disc only. I will just get.
I
you
did
know,
my
that-
earlier years of collecting because I didn't know any better. You know, I was just like, I just want this game. I don't give a shit. I just want it, and I bought it. And now I'm like, nah, I should have spent the extra $5 on the case.
I think
You
honestly,
cheap
I only
bastard.
have one game that's disc only, and that's Final Fantasy Tactics. But I have a complete copy of it as well. And the only reason why I have this one is because I got this when I think it was either Blockbuster or Hollywood Video was shutting down, and it was like $5. So that's the only reason
Nice.
why I got that.
There are some games that I would love to have complete in box. Earthbound is one of them, just because I think it's such like the whole complete in box version of Earthbound is such a cool piece of history.
Especially if you're going for like a complete Super Nintendo series collection,
It's a
right?
cool looking box too.
Like
It's like a really
Yeah, the
cool looking
box is
box.
great. The scratch and sniff stickers are cool. The big guide is awesome. Like
Oh my
I would
god, yes. I love the
just
whole
really
like
love that.
the ad campaign for it too. The scratch and sniff
Me
ad
too.
campaign. Like
Yeah.
what? That's so
This game
insane.
stinks. This game
Yeah.
stinks. That ad is what killed the game, honestly. Like
That is yeah. Why they
So-
thought that was a good idea is beyond me.
So we're like halfway through the first season. Going into the second season, are you guys looking for anything specific? I know Saturn, you're looking for Super Nintendo games. We just said that. Harley, are you looking for anything specific for your collection?
You know, honestly, there's not a lot of games that I have so many, you know, it's like I kind of just walk in and let the store tell me, you know. I really want Alien Trilogy for the PlayStation 1. Don't know why. I'm never going to play that game, but it was a big part of my childhood and I just think I just want to own that. That's
Understandable.
about it.
I mean, I love
Yeah.
the Alien game, the Alien movies, so I understand.
The thing was like Alien was like a very like the movie and the game were just so big in my house and everything, and Xenomorph scared the ever loving piss out of me, but you know, it's like I should own it.
So for
so I'm
me,
doing Super Nintendo. Oh, sorry.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm doing Super Nintendo, but I'm also looking to complete 4 different series, specific series in my collection. So Kirby, Zelda, Pokemon, and Professor Layton. And I'm
Mine
almost done with
probably-
Kirby. I only need 2 Kirby games.
I thought you
and
had
then I'm
all the
done with
Professor
Kirby.
Layton games.
I'm missing 2.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
All right,
missing
well,
2.
if I see them, I'll let you know.
I'm missing the Zelda CDI games.
Oh boy.
You don't
Well,
need
I know a
those,
store
it's
in
okay.
Indiana that has one of them.
Nope, it sold. It
Oh, it
sold the
did?
day I told. It sold the day I told him I was going down there
Oh,
to visit and to get it.
so that was
And
after
he's
we
like,
went
"Oh,
then.
it just sold," and I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, that was
Why
that
would
was
you do
after we
this
were
to
there.
me? Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you call Jaquan to see if he could pick it up for you?
I should have, because my plan was to just go down there and get it, and it actually sold that day.
Oh. Shout out
Yeah.
to Game on Jaquan since I just mentioned him.
Yeah.
Over on TikTok. He's got a massive collection of games.
Yes, he
That's
does.
collection, and he's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. He's a great friend.
For me, for the second season, I'm hunting down complete copies of Lunar Silver Star Story, trying to get all the variants of them. That's and with the remastered release of those games, those prices just went up, which sucks so much.
They
Like,
went up with the remaster. What?
yeah,
You know, it's so funny because it's like a hit or miss because like sometimes when like a remaster comes out, you'll see the original game drop, and then sometimes you'll see the price go up. It's like 50-50.
yeah, but I think it's specifically with games like that where like they come in like big collectors boxes, like they've always been sought after games.
Yeah.
They've always been expensive games. So
Yeah.
now there's more light on these games. There's more eyes on them. So like new fans
Yeah.
are coming in. They're like, oh, I want to see how much these games are now, and I'll go and pick it up. You know, like I just recently picked up one copy, and I picked it up for I think it was like 120. Actually less than that because I bought a few games with this, and the whole buying all the games was like 150, so it was less than that. But now, like if I just went over to a store and it was $220 for
Wow.
the collector's edition. I was like, God damn, no, I can't pick that up right now. You crazy? So hopefully they go back down, but that tends to always happen. Like for example, Resident Evil games. The new Resident Evil game comes out, all the Resident Evil games go up in price. But they go back down eventually.
I was gonna say Resident Evil is one of those where I feel like it will and then go back down because like Final Fantasy, well, besides that one Final Fantasy VII game, but like Final Fantasy VII did the same thing when like it first came out. The price of Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation 1 kind of spiked, and now it's kind of leveled out to what is it, like a $40 game now?
I've seen it for less than that. I've seen it for like 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not anywhere like what it used to be.
No, and that has a lot to do with that they did remasters of it. Like
Yeah.
good remasters of it.
Yes.
And so you can play it on every console, on every platform. So it's completely available to everybody. So even old fans, or not old fans, even new fans that are coming in from Remake and Rebirth, if they want to play Final Fantasy VII, the original ones, they can get the remaster of it. And again, it's a good remaster.
Yep.
So it's not like it's a jank remaster of it. You know, it plays extremely well. The frame rates are fantastic. And they add quality of life stuff too. Like if you just want to breeze through the game, you can turn on unlimited limit breaks, God mode, like all this stuff, and you just breeze through the game and just have a good time just with the story. So, you know, like things like that tend to not, or they tend to drop the prices. But then you got a remaster like Lunar, and let's like scalpers aside for the physical copies of those games because that kind of pissed me off. Scalpers aside, but Lunar always being a heavily sought after title, you know, the price is just gonna go skyrocket, and it'll come back down, but it's gonna take a while for it to come back down, and that kind of sucks. But yeah, here are the pickups that Saturn did. Wizard of Oz.
Yep, such a great game.
Is that sarcasm or are you
For the
being
Super
serious?
Nintendo. It was sarcasm. It's
Okay.
terrible. It's probably one of the worst games for the Super Nintendo. Bomberman Hero.
Oh, and this one
Which
you
makes it the best
you talked
game.
about this one. Or like you
Yep,
gave like
Adventures of
a
Lolo.
brief history segment here, which I didn't know
Yeah.
this was a predecessor to Kirby.
Yes, it was. It was the predecessor to Kirby.
I had no idea. Is this those normal enemies that you find in the Kirby games?
So have you played Kirby's Dream Land, like the original
Yeah,
Kirby's
on
Dream
Nintendo.
Land? Yeah. So the boss, Lo and La La La. They're a boss.
Yep, I'm
of
looking
the
at that
second
now.
level. Yep, that's the Adventures of Lolo. That's
That's so funny. Stop.
yeah. So Adventures of Lolo is a puzzle game,
I need
and
this game now.
yep,
Well, I know what I'm doing when we're done here.
it is
Researching
the
this?
predecessor.
Yep.
It's the predecessor to Kirby.
Yeah, I had no idea. And like I've been playing Kirby since the NES, but I had no idea about this.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, part of doing what we do here is finding stuff out like this, like that there's predecessors to games that we had no idea about. Like everybody knows that Mario started in Donkey Kong. You know, we already know that. He was Jumpman, and then he turned into Mario. But you know, things like Kirby, I had no idea until you said it in this part right here. I had no idea that this was a predecessor to Kirby. And I would have lived my life never knowing that until that. Or until I had Harley research it or something.
Yeah, probably. Sounds alright.
I know this one. What is this one?
It's a puzzle game. It's one of the predecessors to the Kirby franchise.
But what kind of puzzle game is it? Is it like Dig Dug? Is it Cubert? What kind of puzzle game is it?
It's like blocks, like moving blocks.
So like a Tetrisy kind of one? Or like
No,
a columns?
you like push them. It's more like I'm trying to think like Solomon's Key.
Okay.
So, and then like every stage is just harder and harder, more difficult until you finish
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yep. I
Okay.
believe this game is also on the Nintendo Switch Online.
Is it?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be.
Did they ever bring the characters back in anything else, or that was it? Just
You are correct.
Um,
It is on the Nintendo Switch. It is an arcade.
Okay.
Arcade Archives Solomon's Key for $7.99. Get yours today.
They brought them back in Kirby Superstar. Kirby Superstar has a remake kind of the original Kirby's Dream Land called Spring Breeze. And that game also includes these bosses. But other than that, they have not made another appearance. Actually, Kirby's there's a puzzle game for the Super Nintendo that's like a Tetris-y. It's like Puyo Puyo. It's a Puyo Puyo game that have Lo and La 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 as a enemy.
Okay. Huh. So, what Kirby games are you missing?
I am missing Kirby's Block Ball, and I am missing Kirby Tilt and Tumble.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Are they expensive?
Tilt and Tumble is.
How much are
It
we
runs
talking?
about 60 to 70.
I mean, it's not
So
terrible.
not too crazy, but I just bought Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which was one of the ones I was missing. It's a $100 game. I paid $60 for it.
Since when? That was the
It's
Wii U game, right?
Extra Epic Yarn is actually a 3DS remake. Extra Epic Yarn.
Yep,
and
I see it.
It's a $100 game, and
crap.
I got it for $60. So
I
and
know.
it's legit.
Ooh.
I know all the 3DS games jumped in price after they shut the market down.
Yep.
That's
That one has been. Kirby games are insanely expensive for some reason. They're super rare. I never find them anywhere. Kirby's Dream Land 3 is the worst offender. That goes for around almost $200.
complete, or the
Kirby
box, or the cart.
Loose. It's like $175
God.
for a cartridge only, or maybe even $195, something like that. Kirby games are super hard to find, and Kirby's Dream Land 3 is an example of a game that is actually rare.
Wow.
I've only ever seen one physical Kirby's Dream Land 3 cartridge in a store.
Well, but I mean, Super Nintendo games have
Ever.
gotten really expensive too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I have all 20 North American releases of Zelda, not including the CDI games. I have all of the Zelda games except for those 3.
well, good luck with that Super Nintendo collection.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's gonna be a little rough.
I have a lot of the more expensive titles.
Okay, so it's just finding the cheaper ones at this point.
Yeah, and Hagane and Arrow Fighters. But
Okay.
but I have Chrono Trigger and Earthbound and Bronchi the Brachiosaurus.
But you're missing Super Godzilla.
I am missing Super Godzilla.
Pilk has one. He wants to sell it, but no,
I'm not.
he has a complete copy. I think it's sealed.
Oh no, hell no.
Mm-mm.
Crazy man.
I'll buy it loose. It's only like $20 loose.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you joining me tonight for this. We'll be back, Harley. I already have all your stuff for the next episode, so I will be finishing that up. And I think Saturn, we got 2 more places with you.
Yep.
Did we? Is it 4 stores or 5 stores? I don't
Game
remember.
On. 4 stores. No, 5 stores. There's Game On, and then there was that One Up Arcade. I think it was called like One Up Arcade or One Up something.
Okay.
And then there
Arcade.
was
What up?
Well, I think I'm putting 2 of them in one episode just because we didn't spend a lot of time in one of those places. I think it was that arcade
Right.
One Up one because it was a really small store.
It was very small. Yeah. So Game On we spent a lot of time in. And
Yeah.
I ended up Clock Tower 2, I ended up going back. Actually, I went back there the day my dad passed away and I bought a ton of stuff. Like I spent my feelings and I ended up
Retail therapy. I get that. That's how I
yeah.
got I got the PS5 and the PSVR 2 when my dad died, so I understand.
I bought Detective Barbie, the mystery cruise for the PlayStation 1.
There you go. You're just like, you know what? Treat yourself.
Yep.
I
No, I
haven't
only
done
dies
anything like that.
once. Dad only dies once.
Yeah, I ended up buying Clock Tower 2 for Game on Jaquan. Like, not for him, but like he gave me the money and I bought it for him.
This took a dark
See,
turn.
that's what I like. That's what I really wish we could like do more with like the internet and stuff like that. Is like somehow like get people in touch with one another, game stores, that kind of a thing. Because so if someone's looking out for like a particular game, you know what I mean? You just like grab it for them, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Well,
Jaquan and I do that for each other a lot.
funny you said
Yeah, I
that.
wish
Like
there was a
I did a
way to
video
s-
on
do that.
I did a video on TikTok saying that like I was looking for specific games, and you know, then my comment section got flooded with people like, "Oh, that's I want to do that." You know, like I want to trade games, and I was like, I mean, I don't really trade games that often, but
Right. Like I wish there was like just
Right.
some kind of I don't know, some kind of app or something like that. You like upload like here's the shit that I have that I'm willing to trade. Here's some shit that you guys can trade to me.
well, I actually used to do
Yeah.
that on a website, a forum, Cheap Ass Gamer, but I don't think they do that so much anymore.
Yeah.
I've actually bought a lot of games from people on there, and I traded a couple of games, and like I actually gave, I think like 2 or 3 games just for free to people because like one guy was going through a hard time, and
Yeah, it would just be like
yeah.
really cool because like I have literally 3 copies of Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2. So let me know if you want one.
I don't, but
But that's what like I'm
So-
saying. I have it there. I could yeah, I could sell them on you know on eBay, but
We gave each other a list. Me and Jaquan, we gave each other lists of games we're looking for, and then we
I love
texted
that.
each other like, "Hey, I found this game. Do you want me to pick it up?" And then we have each other's Venmo. By the way, the next Detroit Retro Video Game Show is going to be the first weekend of November.
How far is Detroit from my house?
You
Well,
should
but-
bring your 2 copies of Spider-Man 2 because people will.
They're
People
gonna
will.
want my Spider-Man 2. It's just Spider-Man 2. It's not even a good.
I know. I was just kidding. You can use it. I was gonna say you can use them as a marketing chip.
I can use them as a coaster.
start trading up.
You know, I sent you Gotian. I sent you all those snippets from the last one.
Yeah,
Did you watch any of them?
I watched some. I haven't finished watching all of them because I got to put it all together into a
I
video.
found that game Seaman for the Dreamcast.
Yes.
No,
Selling a copy there.
Yes.
Somebody was selling a copy there, and I made sure to include that in a video so Harley can do her.
Yes. Okay,
her
so
trip
I
as Seaman.
purposely, when I found out
Oh.
that game existed, purchased immediately. It took
listen.
me forever to
Amazing.
find a microphone because you have to have the Dreamcast microphone
Yes,
in order to
you have to have
play that
Dreamcast.
game. And I could never find an affordable Dreamcast microphone until recently. I found one for like $60. It was a Japanese version, brand new, and I got it. So yeah, I'll play that game and everything.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to come out, I mean, it'd be fun to come to Detroit, the retro gaming show.
Yeah, I wanted to go
Might be-
to the last one, but I wasn't able to. It was just too close, and I had just come back from doing all the stuff in October. So
I got the limited run version of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
I need that.
I played it and
It sounds
It's
amazing.
something. it's
it's something.
it's hard to describe.
It's there. It's a thing.
It's a game.
It's not
Sort.
a game.
You know what? I don't know if I'd call it a game. I mean, it is a
It's
game,
not,
but
it's
like
not quite a game. It's
you know,
almost.
I don't really-
It wants to be a game so bad, but it's not.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining, and then we're gonna do another one of these on the next one. Hopefully, Pilk joins us as well. Hopefully, he's not caught up with stuff, and you know, his hip gets fixed or replaced or whatever.
Oh my god, stop.
I honestly I don't know what he's caught up doing. I know he had a car show thing that he was planning on going to, but something came up and he wasn't able to do that. So I don't know. I'll have to talk to him later on. But Harley and Liz, thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate the both of you like always.
Hey.
in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is our big trip that we're going to Atlanta and Dallas. That's sad that you guys can't come. I know that the current events are not allowing Harley to go,
No.
and Liz, you're
Yeah.
doing
No.
something that weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to that to Dog Bowl, which is the Dog Fest.
Yeah.
And then Sunday I got tickets to for my mom for her birthday to see Hamilton.
Oh,
So
good.
Dog
yeah.
Fest?
Yes, they have a
Yeah,
dog fest.
it's a dog fest. It's in that town that Gotian stayed in when he was here in
All
Michigan.
right, so I will be there. Don't know how I'm getting there, but I'll be there.
Seriously, you should come out. It's so much fun. They have it's not like a competition, but you can go and watch like different dog things. Like they do have a disc dog. Like
You
you
could have
can
just
watch
ended
dogs.
it as you get to watch dogs. That's it.
Yeah, you do. You just watch dogs. Like
Like
they
full
do
stop.
canine demonstrations. They do a wiener dog race.
Oh,
They do wiener dog races.
I need a video of that.
I'm sorry, I just
Okay.
love dogs. Dogs are the best.
I'll send you guys videos. Yeah, I made last time I was there, I made friends with two little Shelties. Like we were watching they call it Rock and Roll Canines. And it's like a dog show where they just do different tricks and performances. It's really funny. And these two Shelties that were sitting with the lady next to me, they just like laid in my lap and became my best friend.
Yeah, there's a lot of dogs over there in Michigan.
Yeah. Frankenmuth there's AutoFest, which is a car show. It's like a huge car show. There's Dog Bowl, which is a dog fest, and then they do hot air balloons at night, and fireworks. And then there is German Oktoberfest. There is German Beer Fest. There is Snowfest. There,
The fest for
there's lots of
everything.
stuff. 80s Fest. They just did 80s Fest. That's in April every year.
There's a Festivus for the rest of us.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
guys.
Everything has its own.
I gotta head out. Like I said, I appreciate both of you, and I will see you guys soon.
All right, see ya.
Bye.